I think the United States is in decline. I do. I got the big cup of coffee for this one. You should get the big cup of coffee for this one. You're going to need it. I'm going to need it, but this is going to be good. I promise you. Now, I'm not normally into New Year's resolutions, really, but this year, it might be the year we need to make one. I think it might be time for you and I to reflect on our situations. Is it time to make a minor move, a major move, to change your position in life? When I say major, I'm not necessarily talking about moving to Costa Rica, although this video will get around about Costa Rica. I'm not saying that Costa Rica is right for you, but we're going to be getting into this in a minute. You got to watch this one. All right, guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency. So go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com, fill out the 4-minute form. You'd be that much closer to vacation of a lifetime. You're like you, having best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. Please subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube's algorithms are kicking Travel Costa Rica Now's ass last 3 months. So please, if you want to see our videos as we put them up and kind of help us push back against these algorithms, please hit the notification bell. Real quick, yours truly will be speaking at a relocation seminar, event, retreat, tour. It's a 6-7 day thing. We'll be telling you about the good, the bad, the ugly about living in Costa Rica. Nobody's going to try to sell you anything, but I promise you, after this event, you have a nice vacation, you get some good information, you will know absolutely whether Costa Rica is right for you. Save you a bunch of money, save you frustration. You'll know all the things, whether you decide to move here or you don't. Because a lot of people move here and realize Costa Rica is not right for them. We can save you that frustration. And this seminar of Costa Rica is on your map. All the information is below. There is a seminar coming up at the end of January. I'm not going to say, oh, there's only one seat left, because that's bullshit. But if you want to go to it, there's spots available. And then after that, I'll also be speaking at the one in March. Again, that link is down below. All the information is there. All right, before we get started on this, I always feel like I need to qualify certain things just so you can keep them in the back of your brain as I move on in this video. First of all, I am not on a team. I'm not on a team. I root for some teams sometimes, but I change my mind all the time. I go with what I want to do, what I decide is right. Nobody's going to tell me what I'm supposed to think. You don't speak for me. Now, I can tell you it's very difficult. It sucks being kind of out in the cold by yourself, because you can get a lot of pushback and it's very hard to take sometimes, but I am not on a team. I believe the political system in the United States is corrupt. Totally. Two sides, same coin. And I think most people believe that, but yet they don't act like they believe it. Get to that in a minute. I am not a doomsdayer. I'm not a doomsdayer, although a little bit, I get a little worried, but I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm not a conspiracy theorist as you think of the definition of the word. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't go down rabbit holes of flat earth and stuff like that. Now, I got to admit that during, that thing that just happened the last couple of years, it does seem that some of those conspiracy theories were correct. Just saying. I got the videos about that. I was right mostly. Anyway, I also love when and where I was born. I love the United States. I was born there. I liked when I grew up. I did. Now, I wouldn't want to be born now necessarily, but that said, this is a great time to be alive. It's the best time to be alive, really. Would you really want to have grown up 200 years ago? I don't think so. Would you want to grow up in the dark ages? I don't think so. So now is the time. We have it pretty freaking good. Things come to your door. You don't got to move. All right. So, you got it pretty good. You got it pretty good. But the thing is, I do believe that the United States' best days are behind them. I think we are in the collapse of Rome now. I think we're going to be like on a major reset for the next maybe 50 years, 100 years. We had our day. We were this bright, shiny star. But I do believe we are definitely in decline. You know how what they always say, gradually, then suddenly. I think the gradually, we've been seeing that for years. And I think all of a sudden we'll be like, what the fuck just happened? That's how I kind of think. Now, with what I'm about to say, they're kind of generalizations. Obviously, these have there's a lot of nuance to what I'm about to say, a lot of details I'm going to be missing out. And I can go a lot deeper, trust me. I know a lot about this shit, actually. But I'm going to hit generalizations. Now, I would please tell me what you think after this video. Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think I'd said right, where I'm off the mark, all of it. No problem. I like all that stuff. All right. Corruption in the government, to me, this is going to circle around to Costa Rica, by the way. Now, to me, the government is apparent now. Now that with social media and the transparency of what we know, what we see, it's not hard to see that the government does not work for us. They work for themselves. Whether it's the PAC money they receive, the corporation money they receive, they don't even do term limits on themselves. The military-industrial complex. Do you know the Pentagon has failed 5 audits? We give them billions, trillions of dollars. Billions have been missing. There's no accountability there. We just gave them the biggest budget ever, and we don't even, what's all that for? Well, and then you got what? And I'm just saying, Nancy Pelosi, trust me, it's all of them, most of them. She's worth $100 million in the last couple of years because she's on the committees where she knows what they're going to do and she can play the stock market based on that. Now, that's not just her. That's not just her, but that's what they do. We all know it. We all know it. Nothing happens. They don't speak for us. The scary part to me, well, the military-industrial complex has always been scary to me. I've known about that since Eisenhower, was saying, and it seems to be true ever since. The reason, we do like wars, right? We do. You can't dispute that. We were in Afghanistan for a reason, and it's because people are getting money, and it's not us. It's not us. Mitch McConnell, when Mitch McConnell said this, all right, he said this. Now, if you agree with it, you agree with it. I do not. He said it. I'm not making this up. He said Ukraine is the number one most important thing right now for the United States. Do you believe that? Why would he say that? Why would he say that? We just keep giving him billions of dollars, unaccounted for. That war is going to last a long time. Why? Because people profit. All right. Why did he say that? What are some other things that maybe our government could focus on if they wanted to? Maybe their own corruption in government. Maybe we should start there. Maybe we should start talking about term limits and how much money plays the role in everything that they do. What about infrastructure? Our infrastructure is, we are not number one in the world in infrastructure, not even close. What about education? If you don't have money, education's in the toilet. What about crime? What about the divide between rich and poor? What about free speech? What about the media? The media doesn't even help us anymore. They don't have our back. They're not looking out for us. They are on a team now. Legacy media is on a team, and it doesn't matter what team you're looking for. Don't say that, oh, well, yeah, we are, but look what they do. No, dude. That's what they want. They want us arguing about stupid shit like that, divide and conquer, right? So what do we talk about? What are the big things of today besides the infrastructure, corruption, education, crime, all those? No, what do we talk about? We talk about how important it is to help Ukraine. By the way, Putin can't even take over a city. He's not taking over the world anytime soon. We're okay. Oh, yeah, let's not forget what's way important is trans stuff and woke stuff. That's extremely important. And all the bullshit that's been coming along with that, whether it's movies and media and all that kind of stuff. Total trivial matters that are meant to divide and conquer, to make us argue over stupid ass stuff. We talk about Elon Musk. We talk about how much we hate Donald Trump, how much we love. Those are not important right now. Those are not that important compared to what's really going on. Underneath, people struggling to heat their houses or to get food on their table, or, the potholes in the road, the bridges crumbling, the education system, all that. And we got to talk about, trans puberty blocker stuff. I think the thing that hurts and why it's so hard to, well, at least for me, it's because, man, USA number one, man. USA number one. We're democracy. We are democracy. We are the good. There's good and evil. We are the good. We've been told that from day one. Patriotism, rah, rah, rah. Everybody looks to us. Everybody wants to be us. Everybody wants to live like us. Not so true anymore. And it hurts me. It freaking hurts me to watch. We're not spreading democracy. We don't spread democracy. We go somewhere because we want to make money off of it. You don't see us doing stuff much in Africa, do you? Saving anybody? We don't care about stuff like that. There's got to be a reason, whether it's the oil in the Middle East. We don't do anything. We're not spreading democracy. That's the biggest bunch of horseshit ever. And it hurts me because I know it's not true anymore because I see how the government acts. Now, obviously, governments are corrupt all around the world, right? Like pretty much. But the thing is, we know it, but for some reason in the United States, we just can't believe that. We hear what they say, but what they say and what they do is so different, man. It hurts me. It hurts me to the core because I was rah rah. I believed that we were the good in the world. Yeah, we market that pretty well, for sure. So if you want to see what's really happening, I might have more time than a lot of you guys, so I watch a lot of things, and I don't, again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I watch usually more education podcasts where people don't have an agenda for what they're saying. Do you know the city? Follow the money. What do you think the biggest city in the world where people are kind of flocking to, the people that got the money, where do you think they may not be moving there, but they're putting some roots down there, put some business there, doing this there, doing that there. Do you know? Dubai. Why? No crime, no taxes, no issues. It's a beautiful, modern city run by one person. No bullshit stuff. So now I'm not saying there's not problems there, it gets too hot or whatever it is. I'm just saying people aren't looking at the United States anymore. We are not the beacon anymore. And I think it just keeps going down, whether it's going to be China, whether it's going to be Dubai, whether it's going to start moving to the Middle East or wherever it goes. The West is kind of in trouble. It really, really is. Now, so let's circle that all around. Again, I know those are overgeneralizations, and I'm sorry about that. I can make this video go 17 hours, but I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So what do we do about this? Media's not looking out for you, doesn't have your back. The government definitely doesn't have your back. And is the United States kind of crumbling? Is it time? You know why I do like Costa Rica? Not saying it has to be Costa Rica. Maybe for you it's Belize. Maybe it's Panama. But I think these things still apply because Costa Rica is in the background of all this. They're not the lion. They're not the grizzly bear. They're the background in a picture. The United States is going to get hurt. Germany's going to get hurt. The UK is going to get hurt. Canada's going to get hurt. And Costa Rica will get hurt to some extent because it's a byproduct of what happens in these other places. But Costa Rican can do poor. They've been poor before. I'm just saying it's going to take longer to get to Costa Rica. And I'm at an age where I'll be dead, in the next, let's say 10, 15 years. I'm good with that. Love where my life is good. But I'm just saying it might be time to look at your situation and go, man, who's with you? Who's not? Where's this all going? Can I do this somewhere else? Can I get what I want somewhere else? Again, not saying it's Costa Rica, but I tell you, if I'm doing a relocation retreat. No. So I'm just saying that if the United States continues on the track they are on, I think they're in for serious trouble. It's not going to happen tomorrow. I don't believe that, but you can see it. I think you can really see it, and it doesn't matter which side of the aisle is your team, because they're not. They're both. You know, it's funny. They bicker about all these little stupid things, but man, when it comes to they don't bother each other about taking those the corporate money, and they're all on board in the Ukraine stuff. That's weird, huh? All of a sudden, Republicans, Democrats are all on board. Why is that? Why is that? And that's the other thing about government. And I think this is very true, and probably in a lot of places, but especially the United States. The people that become your senators and your House of Representatives, they don't own the government. They don't own the government. It's not like it's theirs. They go there, get what they can out of it, and then go back to something. And they made theirs. They're getting their money, and that's why they just do what they do. They are looking out for themselves. They are looking out for the kind of top 1%. Why do they come out richer? They don't get paid that much, but all of a sudden their bank accounts are in the millions. Why is that? When they only get paid X amount of dollars for representing us as citizens or whatever. So they go there, they get theirs, they talk a great game, right? It's the same thing all the time. So anyway, maybe it's time, make a decision, pull the trigger, and maybe it's not Costa Rica, maybe it's somewhere else in the United States. Where I just like Costa Rica because I just think we're going to be about at least 10 to 15 years behind whatever is kind of happening in a Costa Rica will be hit, but they kind of hedge their bets here, So they do a lot of stuff with China. They do a lot of stuff with the United States. So I just the same way they kind of dealt with what happened a couple years ago. They never said you had to be a certain thing to get into Costa Rica. They just they're on that thin line, and I think they can ride that line for a while, and that's why I think it's kind of attractive to me. I just think it's going to take them a little longer to maybe get as bad as where I think the United States, Canada, UK, and Germany and them are headed to. I think it'll just take Costa Rica just a little bit longer to get there. And that's why I like living here. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen, travelcostarica.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps. Let me know what you think. That's just what I think. Comments below. Things are going to pop up. Thinking about living or traveling anywhere. You still do your homework and research. If it's Costa Rica, I'm going to say I'll put my stuff up against anybody's, and we'll go on a relocation retreat.